Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Liberty Libations, number 139. My name is Jake Green, joined tonight by Alden Hardee and Nick Ciesielski. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Alden, what are you sipping on there?
I got a Coors, weird screw top situation, and a really tall whiskey Coke.
It's a really tall whiskey Coke.
It's like to the brim, man. I didn't want to waste any of the Coke, so I was like,
We just talked about how you drank too much scotch during fantasy football draft last year, and you come in with a whiskey Coke that's the size of a 24-ounce water bottle.
Yeah. To the brim.
Nick, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm finishing up the bottle of this Heaven Hill Bottled in Bond that I started a couple episodes ago.
Nice. That's awesome. I am in Bosque, Texas, which is about 45 minutes outside of Waco at a ranch. I was barely able to find a place with Wi-Fi out here. It almost came down to the last minute of me finding a place with Wi-Fi because the house out here doesn't have it. I'm on my yearly road trip with my 5 best friends from kindergarten. And we're out it's the middle of nowhere.
I don't even know what it's like to have friends that old.
I'm still drinking scotch. Tonight it's Dewar's, and it's from the Airport Lounge in Salt Lake City.
What made you stop at that ranch? What are you doing on the ranch?
My buddy has a house here.
Filming
Something you were going to be like, oh yeah, we're killing pigs or something.
I don't think they're pigs at this ranch. They're definitely pigs at his other ranch down in Uvalde.
He's got 2 ranches?
His family does, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty great. But yeah, tonight's location will be reflected in tonight's trivia, which the second round will be all about Texas history.
Oh my God, I'll do so well with that. The room that in sounds large.
Sorry, is this better?
Yeah.
Should I just whisper to you, Alden?
Please no.
Okay, then it's just going to keep sounding large, and there's nothing I can do about it. It is extremely large.
Right there.
It's 20-foot ceilings, and it's about a 20 by 30-foot room.
I can tell from the reverb of the room that it's a big space.
So do you have a live audience in front of you?
The live audience would be my dog and my friend Jay, who's in there probably listening to music.
Nice.
They're not hanging out watching the show.
No, not watching the show. No one is watching this show that I know. All my friends have abandoned me when it comes to this show. All right, y'all. Tonight's topics.
I know about it.
That's fair. Tonight's topics are Penny for Your Thoughts, Minority Report, Water Pick Stocks to Soar, and another update on Nova Scotia and what's happening in our climate lockdowns. Let's see. Kim Jong, Mad Dog for Vice Chair. Ilhan Omar says, come on the Gnome Dog Golden Shower Power Hour.
I did that with them this past Sunday.
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
It was all right. We had fun. Stephen Nikela, the chair of the LP, was on with me for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, we avoided any sort of drama and mostly talked about like hunting Somali pirates and buying an MRAP to go hunting in Detroit and Chicago and then conquering Canada. It got wild.
Yeah. Typical libertarian stuff.
How much would it take to conquer Canada?
That's what we were discussing. You got to go catch the replay on X Spaces.
There you go. Okay.
I mean, just to give an initial thought, I feel like most of the people might be okay with that. It's the government and the military that would have the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like tons of the people are sick of their government. Not that our government is any better at all, but
it's just different.
It's a different kind of bad.
Yeah, it's a different flavor of bad.
I don't know. I feel like you just roll across the border and their military will just be like, "Oh, sorry."
We were told we can't go in these woods, so.
Yeah, they're not allowed in any of the places that they actually need to defend.
Military can only stay on the main roads.
Oh, Kim Jong says, if the people want it, it's not as fun to liberate. Pretty stupid. All right. Let's go into our first topic. We're going to hear a rant. This first rant is from a link that Alden sent, and it's from 14 years ago.
I remember seeing it a long time ago, but I was like, this feels relevant now. So
3.94 million subscribers and 1.7 million people have seen
Dude
this.
kind of looks like Steven Crowder.
He looks like a puny Steven Crowder. Yeah.
It's John Green. He's an author.
It's Monday, Labor Day 2010. I got attacked by a baby. So, Hank, I'm totally in love with your video from Friday where you explored the relationship between privatized risk and public regulation. And Hank, there was something about your intelligence and your passion that made me think I need to start talking about the issues that are near and dear to my heart, even when they're controversial. So I'm going to do it, Hank. I'm just going to say it. I hate pennies. So, Hank, in the United States of America, we have money, which we use to facilitate the exchange of goods and services. The smallest unit of American money is the penny, which is worth 1/100th of a dollar. So, Hank, here's the deal. Because of inflation, in 1972, a penny was worth what a nickel is worth today. And yet, in 1972, our economy managed to function just fine without having a coin that was worth 1/5 of a penny. Here's what bothers me, Hank. It cost the United States Mint 1.7 cents to make a penny, which means that every year $70 million of federal tax money goes to subsidizing the existence of the penny. Now, like, we could solve that problem by using steel instead of zinc to make pennies, but that wouldn't address the underlying problem, which is that pennies are worthless. No, they aren't. They aren't? No, because things that are worthless are worth nothing, and pennies are worth much less than nothing. So there's this very important idea in economics called opportunity cost that I'm not going to explain, but basically, anytime you are doing something, you could be doing something else. But several studies have proven that the time Americans spend fiddling with pennies costs us money, as much as $1 billion a year. So every year, American taxpayers pay $70 million to have the opportunity to lose $1 billion in productivity costs. There is no legitimate argument in favor of the penny. Many studies have shown that it wouldn't raise prices, it wouldn't cut charitable contributions. The only institution in the world that benefits from the existence of the penny is a company in Greenville, Tennessee called Jarden Zinc Products. For everyone else in the United States, pennies are not just worthless, but incredibly expensive. But that is not even the ultimate reason to get rid of the penny. The ultimate reason is that, as I said in the beginning of this video, money exists to facilitate the exchange of goods and services. And pennies don't do that effectively. All the places we usually use coins, like parking meters and vending machines, don't accept pennies because they are worthless. I am turning into a giant sweater bag. You know the only thing I hate more than pennies, Hank? Nickels. A nickel, which is worth 5 cents, takes more than 9 cents to produce. Imagine, if you will, Hank, a situation in which you walk into a bank and you say, I have here this nickel. Would you like to give me 9 cents for it? And the bank says yes. That's what's happening with the US Mint. The real solution is that we have 3 coins, a dime, a 50-cent piece, and $1. If we did this, we would save billions of dollars annually, enough to pay for many of the job creation programs that politicians are fighting about on television all the time. But we won't, Hank, for 2 reasons. First, because we're a species of sentimentalists. The only reason we have pennies is because people like pennies, and they grew up with pennies, and they like Abraham Lincoln. But let me tell you, if Abraham Lincoln were alive today, he would say, why is my face on a coin that is worth 1/26th of what a penny was worth when I was president? And second, because it is not an issue you can really fight about. So, like, about half the main advocates for coinage reform in the last 10 years have been Republicans, and about half have been Democrats, because it's not a political issue. It's just a rational issue. It's not the kind of issue that fires up your base or gets you reelected. It's just something that's going to save Americans billions of dollars and create lots of exciting efficiencies in our economy and eliminate these disgusting bacteria-ridden discs of suck that fail to facilitate commerce. All right, but speaking of commerce, Hank, just a reminder to Nerdfighteria, a Vlogbrothers shirt designed by Nerdfighter Varnell Swain is available for pre-order at dftba.com. Link in the doobly-doo.
Do you think the pre-order is still working 14 years later?
Do you think? I think we should test it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of that to say, the penny is going away.
Yeah.
What does the end of the penny mean? Here's what experts are saying. That's hilarious. Penny for your thoughts is literally the first line of this. So I learned about this a couple days ago, or early yesterday morning, when I was sitting next to a very interesting man on a plane who works for a bank, and he got an email from the Federal Reserve talking about error messages.
I have one weird thing to say.
Penny orders. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we get into this. I once sat next to a person on a plane that had my exact same weird backpack. Not like a generic JanSport kind of a thing, like a specific hiker's kind of a backpack that we both took on this plane as our only bag. And I was reading Fight Club, and the fucking scene that I just got to was where he gets on the plane and Tyler Durden has his same briefcase. It freaked me the fuck out. That's all I wanted to say.
You're the most ADD person I think I've ever met, Matt.
Yes, I can stand by that, I guess. So grumpy. So yeah, carry on with things that matter. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, that is quite a coincidence, but yeah,
very irrelevant.
Very, very irrelevant to this particular topic. Okay, so yesterday, a bunch of banks got an email basically saying that the Federal Reserve will no longer fill orders for pennies. They will not be printing any more pennies.
Good.
And there doesn't seem to be any type of plan in place to like offload all these pennies.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. What happens to the pennies that are just in circulation or whatever?
So this guy thinks it's going to be an economic catastrophe.
Really?
Is basically what it's going to come down to. And I think it's going to be more of an economic catastrophe for the poor people in our society.
Why?
I don't think it's his reasoning. I mean, he was an extremely intelligent dude. I don't remember exactly what his reasoning was, but at some point, I mean, the only use for pennies is going to be to melt them down, and not everybody can melt them down.
Now you can load them into buckshot, like make your own shotgun shells, and there will be a penny uprising, and we will use pennies as ammunition to throw the government.
Penny uprising. I like that. That's really good.
I need to measure the diameter of my 12-gauge barrel, but it might work.
So wow, Grumpy says, I still remember buying penny candy. Wow. So at some point, it seems like the penny was actually relevant and served a purpose. And like, yeah, somewhat useful, where you could actually exchange goods for pennies. But ever since, we created the Federal Reserve and then went off the gold standard, I feel like that probably will never happen again. I don't know. Alden, you clearly do not like pennies.
I don't like pennies.
Okay, tell us why.
I think it's been a long time since I read about this, but I thought there was like I don't know if it was like Guam or some like really distant U.S. territory that like had to like mail in pennies, and it cost them so much to mail it in because they were on like a U.S. currency, and I want to say they either should get rid of it or tried getting rid of it or whatever, because of the cost that it would cost them to do it was just costing them so much or whatever. And this was like the weird prompt that came to my attention 20 years ago or some weird thing. And I was thinking it since then, and I don't know if just pulling the rug on it out with no plan immediately is the way to do it. I feel blindsided by this particular decision. Yeah. I don't know if we're doing it the right way, but I ended up thinking about it a lot, like, again, 10, 20 years ago or something. And yeah, I don't think that we need it. I think as long as you just like round down to the 5 cents on things like with, you can still have your 6.9 or 7.45 or whatever the hell sales taxes in places. And like, I think honestly, just rounding to the nearest thing, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't know why we need the penny. The $7.99 special thing would go away and it would be $7.95. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Can it just be 8? Can we just make it 8?
I would prefer 8, but I know people are going to go $7.95 because this is like the psychological thing in the Mad Men era that we came up with that it's apparently people still fall for. So
I think that psychological thing has gone by the wayside. Whenever I see $7.95, I'm more tempted to not buy it.
Yeah, I get irritated. I love when I go to like simple or classy places, like their menus just have not even a dollar sign, just a number 8 next to the burger or whatever. Like, it's just that it just feels so good to just have a nice even number.
Grumpy says, well, we're going to eat. Might as well round it up to 10, you know? He says 8. There we go. Wait, we're going to, that's what he says. We're going to 8. We might as well round it up to 10.
I was like, eat
Got
what?
it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
Right.
My thoughts on this were, it is more proof or evidence that our currency is going the wrong direction, that
Fair.
assuming, and I don't think this is a huge assumption, because if Gnome remembers a time when there was penny candy, then there was a time when the penny was useful. And
he is
if
like
that
200
time,
years old.
yeah, I mean, he's a gnome, so that makes sense. But if there was a time when it was useful, and that time is no longer
It's not now.
Then something has happened to our currency to make it that way.
When's
and
the
what's
last
happened
time
to our
you stopped
currency?
to pick up a
go
penny?
ahead. Never. I look at them and just keep walking.
What's the nearest coin that you will actually be like, oh, I'm going to pick that up?
Quarter.
We should just have quarters. That's my fucking rule. If you don't bend down to pick it up, we don't need it. Like, I'm sorry.
That's where this gets messy by keeping 2 decimal places. The only way I could really make this work is just chop that last decimal place off and just have 1 decimal place.
There you go.
And basically go with what he said, the 10 and
The
50 and
the
dollar.
10, that would work, yeah.
Because if you have the 25, then you have to support a nickel still.
Yeah.
And now you're rounding the 5s instead of just like chopping off that, which is still basically
the 10s
worthless on that. So that would be the thing. But the only thing I'll say that we're going to miss out of this, and here's the use of pennies.
At fairs when they're all like sprinkled all over that one game.
No. When you get hit with like some fine for some bullshit.
Oh, and you pay with pennies? I literally thought
they
about
have to take it because it's accepted. So if you go with like nickels or dimes, you're cutting the volume of that, in 5 or 10, and it makes it so much easier for them to count.
Yeah, I literally, that was one of the fucked up places my brain went this morning, was like, oh, we won't be able to stick it to the man with pennies anymore.
Yeah, now you have to use nickels.
Yeah.
So when he made that video, the cost to make a penny was 1.7 cents. Do you want to guess what the cost to make a penny now is?
That's
the article said it.
Oh, did it? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
I already showed the article that said it?
Article.
Oh,
it said like 3.6 or something.
I was going to say 3.5, or I was going to go like double.
3.69. What do you think the...
That's crazy in just this time.
Yeah. What do you think the cost of making a nickel is now?
Oh, those are way denser. Are they made of the same... Are they made of zinc as well, or what? I don't know what they're made of, but...
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Let's go 7. I'm going to say 7.
13.78.
Oh, twice my guess. Holy shit.
A quarter costs 14.68 cents to make.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing that isn't kept up here is that, it costs that money to do it, but it costs nothing to create dollars. So,
yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Another thing. So, I don't know if you saw our thumbnail for this episode, but it's the either side of the penny, and then behind it is a looming CBDC. And that's where I think this is going. Is eventually our tangible money will become so useless, similar to what's happened in Venezuela, that we will 100% be
on a
encouraged to transfer over to a digital currency. You will be given like 50% more than what your wealth is to go over to that digital currency. You will be given incentives to go to the digital currency.
Emergency parameters, and say, I don't know, your cash is dirty, and this is a COVID thing, and I think this was a CBDC sort of like a test run kind of a thing to see if people can operate without cash or whatever. Anyway, because there were places that weren't even taking cash during that whole time, and it was fucking stupid.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And then we learned, it lives on surfaces for like 12 seconds, whatever. But I made a number up, but it wasn't long.
Alden, I'm interested in what your tagline is today. Acquired your keepers the honest way.
Oh, yeah. All of my keepers. were either drafted or wavered by me and not by trading through my tanking team for 10 years.
That's not the honest way. That's just your team has been good way.
Oh, okay. So let me change it to the better team way. Yeah.
No,
I like what you're saying. I like it better, actually.
That's way more accurate. So it's good to be accurate on this show.
Yeah, for the spirit of accuracy. Now I just need to find out how to change it, but I'll get there one day. There it is. I found it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Nick, what are your thoughts on this subject and what it, I mean, does it speak the same to you that it does to me about what's going to happen to the currency in the future, or just signs of what has happened to our currency?
I mean, it's absolutely clear as far as the devaluation of the currency.
Yeah.
This was a point that it was going to reach, and like I said, it kind of makes it. I mean, you look at Mexico, and they operate completely in whole numbers, right? You go down there, it's like 200 pesos for this, that. They don't have decimal points, and that's because the peso is just worth so much less that it takes that much more to put it together, so they don't bother with the decimal points. You know, the 2-place decimals are just kind of something that we have gotten used to, grown up with, and look familiar. You know, that change would be big in the minds of people, but I don't think it's a huge issue.
Yeah.
Oh, in the grand.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And then I don't necessarily, you know, everyone wants to catastrophize on the CBDCs. I don't see eliminating pennies being really a runway to that. I think it's just speaking to how bad the currency's gotten. And maybe you can say, yeah, the currency's gotten so bad they've got to come up with a system to trap you in it more or whatever. Okay.
I
don't see the direct path. A lot of people want to claim CBDCs, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is a sign of CBDCs, and I just don't catastrophize towards that way.
I didn't make the connection myself, but I mean, we almost don't get anything that I like in the world without some weird strings attached to it or whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised at this point. And do you know how like a stock will get, I forget what they call it when they do like a stock split, where like all of a sudden now the stock is like, if you
it's called a stock split.
That's what so I thought so, but I wasn't. If you had 10, now all of a sudden you have 20, and they're worth, you know, half as much, but you have twice as many or whatever. Has anything like that ever happened in a currency?
Digital currencies, yes.
Because it'd be hard to do with cash. But that would be like a case that I could see someone trying to make with inflation or whatever, but be like, it only works with the CBDC. Like something like that would make more sense to me than just cutting the penny or something, where it only works with digital.
Really no reason to do it with a currency. Like with money, it wouldn't make sense to just like declare the value is now.
I don't think it makes sense with stocks, but whatever.
I mean, there have been cases where, you know, the amount has been, you know, devalued by decree overnight, but there hasn't been but you know, but that doesn't come along with, oh yeah, everyone's balance is double. Also, that just doesn't happen, because what they're looking for when if they were doing that, what they're looking for is to inject liquidity. And the best way to inject liquidity on that is, you know, for the central bank to fire up the printers and give it to their friends, and you know, the way that the Federal Reserve operates versus just, everyone has twice as much money and it's worth half. That doesn't really move the needle on things, and would just cause a whole bunch of upheaval and headaches and economic instability, versus like opening the floodgates, cutting interest rates, and kind of letting.
My joke is going to get to that. It's essentially what they did already anyway with just inflation. Is essentially just cutting the value in half of everything, but then you just don't have twice as much of it. You just have the same amount. So it's like a split without the benefit of actually getting your amount back.
Alden, I like how we agreed on your new tagline, but you went in and you changed the wording, so now I don't.
No, that's what you said. Those are your words.
Those were not my words.
All right, I'll change it again.
Oh, Lord. Okay, some quack says a split makes more sense with deflation, so things
That's
don't
true,
have to cost 0.00001 of a unit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be yeah, I would agree with that.
100%. Yeah. I understand what you're talking about with like immediately reacting and thinking it's CBDC related or heading that direction. While I don't think it's necessarily like 100% going that direction, I do think that it is absolutely a sign that we have destroyed our currency.
Oh, it's
and I don't think there's any
ruined.
debating that. And I think they're trying to make it sound like an efficient move that's good for government, good for the people, good for our bottom line. But what they are failing to talk about is why that has happened.
Why we got here. It's like when Kamala Harris was like, we're going to make grocery stores have, cheaper
Exactly.
and you're like, what are you talking about? We went on a whole thing about this before, but where the margins of grocery stores are some of the lowest that there is. And it's because of your policies and decisions that were in this shit. And now you're going to crack down on the people that are dealing with the effects of your decision. Fucking kill me. Just.
Yeah. So that's kind of where my end thought was, I don't necessarily think there's going to be pandemonium with the repeal of the penny. I don't like I'm sure there are a few thousand people in the United States that have been hoarding pennies for a very long time and are going to be very upset when there are no more pennies left.
I feel like you gotta have like a government buyback program or something to be like, bring us your goddamn pennies and we'll fucking, or some kind of a thing. I don't know.
It just doesn't sound like that's what's going to happen.
What you do with them is you strip the copper off and you melt the copper down, and then you cast lead bullets and then you electrocoat the copper to the lead bullets and make your own
jacketed bullets.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of this. Let's see. Yeah.
Either way, it's ammo of some kind. Yeah.
Here's some stats that they throw out in this Washington Examiner article. In 2015, 24% of people claimed they didn't use cash at all in a typical week. I imagine that number is increased to well over 50% at this point.
Probably. I used to use it a lot when I was a server.
Oh, here we go. Increased to 29% in 2018 and 41% in 2022.
Okay, so almost half. Yeah, we're getting there.
I bet at this point there's so many businesses that won't accept cash anymore.
And the people that answer surveys are old, so that might be skewing the cash numbers actually. So
that's fair. Elizabeth says, I use cash for everything in person. That is 100% fair. I prefer to use Bitcoin, but I get it. Cash is great for that. Or use silver, Don't even use that government intermediary if you're going to do it that way.
Just trade ammo and other.
There we go. Just barter. Yeah. Haggle, barter.
Yeah. Baseball cards from like the 70s or something. That's like a good currency.
You turn those copper into copper jacketed lead. And now you got something to trade.
Isn't that where the term a shot came from at a bar? Like someone would trade like a shotgun shell for that amount of whiskey was like a comparable price.
Yeah, it was a bullet for a whiskey. Yeah. Which has gone up more, the price of a bullet or the price of a shot of whiskey?
Well, I think the range and quality with whiskey is so much more than the range and quality of ammo. So it'd be kind of hard to say. Because back in the time of doing this, ammo was all fucking the same and whiskey was all fucking the same. Like,
okay, then let's take bottom of the line.
Right, yeah. Dregs
and bottom of the line whiskey.
And Dregs whiskey. Yeah, that would be a better comparison. Like the cheapest of both, I think, would be the way to do it.
Old Crow whiskey versus.
Let's ask Grok, shall we?
Doers.
What is the cost of the cheapest shot of, we're going to say, American whiskey?
Sure.
Let's see what it says. Because, that's an interesting one. Let's see. Cheapest shot of American, depending on the location. $3 to $6 for the cheapest shot.
It's quite a range, but okay.
What is the cost of the cheapest? What was the most common ammo used back in the day?
Either like a 45 long or like a Okay.
Y'all-
I thought the name came from.
Nick, what
Maybe
did you say?
try a 30-30.
Cheapest
maybe.
30-30 rounds.
I thought like 45 long
What's it
colt.
cost? The cheapest 30-30 round.
Now we got to ask it, what round was most popular?
Bollocks. That's served, not bottled. Well, yeah, no, we're talking about served. We're talking about at a bar.
This is at a bar, right? Yeah, this would be.
I'd see $1, so 97 cents per round to $1.40. So whiskey has increased in price more than
Even the dirt whiskey.
even the crap whiskey.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh. Sportsman's Warehouse, great place. Although no free ads, right? That's our new motto.
Right.
To be completely fair, though, I mean, at the times you're talking, the ability to manufacture ammunition, through machines and automation, has probably kept that price way down versus the whiskey. So
fermentation still takes time, no matter what you do. Distillation still takes time and a lot of energy.
So some quack says try again with an ounce instead of a shot. It's $2 to $4 per ounce today.
So that's closer.
Because some quack also says they'd argue that the labor cost is what inflated the most.
Right, but we were looking at trading a shot in a bar, trading a shot of whiskey for a round of ammo in a bar, so that would have factored in labor. Yeah,
that would have factored in labor. Yeah, so it was probably closer to the first one, so $3 to $6 for a shot, which is exactly what I've paid for in bars, which is why I'm drinking at home with you guys.
Yeah, right.
In any case, do we have any last thoughts on pennies and whether or not you want them to stick around or not?
I'm open to chaos, and I think I just want to try new things, and I'm actually excited to see what happens. I've gotten to the age where I'm like, I don't care. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's just try it. Let's get rid of the damn thing and see if we adjust and acclimate in 2 to 5 years. I don't care.
I think we need to keep them just for the vindictive punishment of government officials.
That was the best argument, though, that anyone can make for me. Because that will sway me if I'm drunk enough.
Yeah, beyond it, honestly, beyond that, I don't care.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, it would be interesting if the government kept accepting pennies but never put them back into circulation.
Oh, what's a comparable thing like that where it's like we won't make it anymore, but we still accept it, or we won't it's like decriminalizing versus legalizing or something. It's like a weird thing. I had like a flash in my mind of something that made sense, and then I totally lost it.
All right.
Hoarded it.
You lost it all right.
I lost it a long time
ago. All right, let's go on to our next topic. Minority Report later. This was put in the chat by Zane. It's an article from Euronews. A brain computer chip can read people's minds with up to 74% accuracy. Researchers said the technology could one day help people who cannot speak communicate more easily. An experimental brain implant can read people's minds, translating their inner thoughts into text. In an early test, scientists from Stanford University used a brain-computer interface device to decipher sentences that were thought but not spoken aloud. The implant was correct up to 74% of the time.
We shouldn't do this.
Dude, so me and my buddy Jay were just talking about this, and my thought was basically they're going to use this, they're going to make this normalized throughout society by bringing it in through medical procedures.
Oh, of course.
That will massively benefit people, because it could absolutely massively benefit.
There's a small population of people that will benefit from this, but do we really think that all the money is going to be poured into this for the handful of people that can't speak or something? It's the military-industrial complex is interested in this for other reasons, I think, more nefarious.
So the question I have on this study is what was the process of this study? Because are they pre-selecting sentences that someone's thinking of, and then they think of the sentences and they calibrate to that, and then
it's just words.
It says right here, it says, in another test, the researchers set a password to prevent the BCI from decoding people's inner speech unless they first thought of the code. The system recognized the password with around 99% accuracy.
Wow.
The password was chitty chitty bang bang.
Is the lingual side of things like what Nick is saying, like if you're literally thinking of words though, like if you're just picturing a giraffe, like, but without thinking of the word, like, is it as good as at like learning what that is or whatever, as if you were like thinking of like words? It's impressive either way and scary either way, but
yeah.
One is very much just like repeating, something that it's seen before, and the other is interpreting from a basically infinite source. So one is much more impressive than another. And I mean, like you said, there's words, and then you could be thinking of things conceptually instead of through words. So I could be picturing a giraffe in my head instead of thinking giraffe.
right.
How does it differentiate on that? That's kind of where.
That's what I was wondering.
Is it lighting up the same things, or are we using two different processes in the brain to imagine versus that, right? So
yeah, even singing and speaking use two different parts of the brain. That's why singing is used in speech pathology to like rehab people back, and why people with accents in different regions, a lot of the time you don't pick up on their accents as well if they're singing in English, because their influences are often American artists that for singing, and it literally is using a different part of your brain than your like natural just sort of colloquial speech or whatever. The wavelength thing, that was it Elizabeth that you threw up there?
So Amazon, she says Amazon is currently using brainwave tech to make sure that employees are paying attention. Chinese school children are subjected to it as well.
Is that just like picking up on like alpha, beta, delta, gamma, like just the type of brainwave, like by
Good question. We did talk about that one episode, but it was like over a year ago. I can't remember.
I don't
what it was. It was after, I think it was after the World Economic Forum. Somebody presented this tech and showed how it was keeping children attentive in Chinese schools.
I mean, if you have biofeedback, it is really interesting what people can do with it. Like if you see your brainwaves, if you see your heart rate, if you see like there are people that can just be like boom and just like slow their pulse because they can see well, I mean, whatever. I'm ADHD as fuck. I'd like throw in weird sound effects, but like that's like if you're watching it, just like you can watch someone just like plummet their, or like true full on like monks or whatever, or like when they wire them up, they can do really crazy things with their brainwaves like instantaneously or something. And training can help with that. But
is throwing in weird sound effects, is that an ADHD thing?
It must be, man. I don't know. I do it a lot.
Dude, I do it all the freaking
I used
time.
to do when I would serve people a beer, I would be like, boom, or like say some weird thing. Like I could never just hand someone a beer like a normal fucking person. I used to say a thing. Like, I don't know. It was like it made it more official. I don't know.
Dude, every single thing I do is accompanied by a sound effect.
I'm telling you, I think it really is an ADHD thing. So.
Like a psh,
right.
Yeah.
Onomatopoeias, man. Welcome to the club. You're one of us.
I did not know that. Dude, every new thing you tell me about ADHD, I'm like, I have major problems.
Yeah. You come to the dark side, Jake.
But yeah, I mean, like we were talking about before, they're going to use this as a good technology for certain people, and it's definitely going to help a whole bunch of people regain parts of their, regain parts of their lives that they have lost or never had to begin with.
Right.
And that's going to be amazing, but it's just like everything else on Earth. It's going to be used for very bad things.
It helps a lot of people. It also really damages quite a few people. Like it depends on how it's used. Like, yeah. That's the technical term, I think, actually, for
I think it is.
Nick and I are.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Nick, what do you got? Do you got anything else to say on I don't know what the crap?
On this? No, I'm
on the brain
pretty
chips.
Good on this.
You're pretty good on this?
Yeah.
All right. Alden, you want to give any last thoughts before we move on to Drunkard?
I'm scared of that. Actually, other people should be scared of what's in my mind. So if they want to, here's the thing: is like, I guess my last question is like, is this strict? Do you have to like have something internal, like a chip or something like that, that helps, or is this just an external only thing that just reads what you're
Right now? It's an internal chip.
Okay.
It takes surgery to implant most of these things.
Even in the brainwave thing with the school children and all of that.
Ooh,
that must
no,
not be,
that
can't be
that one's definitely not. That one's definitely not an implant.
But
that might be a wearable or something.
That would probably be like just a band or something would do that.
Yeah. But like the Neuralink stuff, like the stuff that Elon Musk is doing, that's a surgery to implant it.
I'll be scared when they no longer need anything internal to do that with.
Dude, that's going to be the end of civilization, I think. Like, if
you
get to
as
the
soon
point,
as people know other people's real thoughts, yeah.
If you get to the point where you cannot think without other people knowing what your thoughts are, you're like,
because we should be judged on the actions based on our thoughts. You know, like which ones we choose to act on, and not like all of the. I have so many thoughts in a day. I think about murdering the person that cut me off on the highway. I'm not going to do it. But I think of it, you know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't be judged for a thought in this way. Like,
I would be thrown in prison for like 16 different life sentences if it was a thought crime.
Does this work for the people without inner monologues?
You do not have an inner monologue.
They might be the impervious like superhumans by the end of this.
Yeah.
The ones that have no real thoughts, that are just don't have an internal monologue, can't picture anything.
That's not ADHD people.
No, it's a very small subset of people.
I think Haley is closer.
It's actually a larger percentage than you think.
But it's much smaller than I feel like.
But
it was
Jake,
like under
you're
10%,
biased now.
I thought it was closer to like 30.
Oh, interesting.
30% of people that
don't have an inner monologue. Don't.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, it's time.
I am not fucking drunk.
Well, 19th blue.
Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball.
This is everything about it's a clam. I love it.
I gotta be honest with you, I feel like I'm a little bit too drunk to stand up.
On Wiedersehen, asshole.
I'm drunk right now.
Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, maybe it's me.
No, I can hear you. I can't hear him.
Okay, yeah, it's not me. Still can't hear Jake.
Nope, I don't know what he did.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, he's back.
Now he's back.
It's StreamYard. Changes my audio input when I do different things through StreamYard. So I don't know why I did that. But everybody out there, welcome to Drunkard of the Week, the part of the show where we show a video of someone doing or saying something that can only be explained if they're drunk, but they're not. You can nominate people through our Discord channel, Discord server, or tag us on X, and we will take all nominations into consideration. And you can join the Discord server by joining the Dollar Media Club on our website, peacefulc.network. Go check it out. All right, this week, very short. Enjoy.
No, God! No, God, please, no! All right. No! All right. No! No!
Thanks, dude.
That's what she said. We want to be free to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
We want to get loaded. Yeah. And we want to have a good time.
All right. In case you couldn't tell, that was somebody programmed a robot with every single line from The Office. And so when anybody asks this robot anything, it just gives them an answer from The Office.
In just Michael Scott or all Office?
I think it's all Office related. It could.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw it do some like Jim and Dwight stuff in there too.
That's
but,
pretty funny.
Dude, I need to run into this robot. I couldn't figure out where it was.
The Rizbot.
It's got to be in Texas somewhere, right?
I mean, you would think so. Maybe Texas, Arizona,
yeah.
New Mexico, somewhere in there.
Probably in Austin.
Yeah, it could be in Austin. That'd be a good guess. But yeah, I mean, freaking hilarious that somebody took the time to do that. Just upload all of those or not even just the transcripts, the audio files from the office and put them into
I wish I had that much time. That's amazing.
Yeah. I thought that one was great. Yeah, that's a good use of AI and robots. Like,
Sure.
I'm a huge fan of that.
It's one
all
of
right.
the good robots.
It's one of the good robots. Dude, can you imagine if that robot ended up joining the robot revolution and you're getting murdered by Michael Scott?
Oh no, just like zinged by like Michael Scott one-liners as you get murdered. That's terrifying. And also the best way to go.
That would be so stinking funny. Oh my gosh. All right. Our final major topic of the evening.
Fantasy football.
Water pick stocks to soar.
Water pick, like the thing you spray into your...
Hate needles? Vaccines could soon be delivered via dental floss. Yeah, the number of things. So they're spinning this in a good way. If you have a fear of needles, you may be in luck. A recent study which administered vaccines via dental floss is showing early promise. They're basically saying that if you don't like getting stuck with something, you might be able to receive that something via needle or via dental floss.
Didn't they already do this with food?
They've already started. Well, that's mRNA. I think this is regular vaccines as well.
Oh, okay.
They've also got like nasal vaccines that you just like spray something up the nose and like.
But that requires you to do something that you wouldn't normally do. Whereas people are people don't
lazy.
floss, but you're supposed to floss.
We floss right before we go to the dentist. Isn't that the rule?
That's my rule.
It's like the 3 days before the dentist, you're like, I'm gonna floss, and then you like bleed all into the sink, and it's terrifying.
My wife hates me for that too. she can't. Her dad was a dentist, and so I get just crapped all over.
Look at your pearly whites. You're doing all right.
I know. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
But they keep trying to sneak.
As real as your fantasy team?
They're probably realer.
They're dentures. Okay. Yeah.
Nah, he's got veneers.
He's got veneers.
Full on dentures. You traded your teeth.
So Grumpy says he thinks he'll be fine until they come out with vaccines via whiskey.
Ooh.
Which can't happen because the alcohol kills the germs.
Yeah, but they'll find a way to get to everybody, Nick. They'll find a way to destroy everything we love and use it against us.
We'll just go back to that whole, we're going to create self-replicating vaccines that you spread to everyone unknowingly, which, because you get sick from it and get that immune response of sickness, then it self-replicates and spreads one to another. It really sounds like you're just giving everyone a virus.
Yeah. It really does.
Which, was what they did with COVID-19 anyway. So I don't know.
A vaccine is essentially just a virus that's been neutered anyway. And so.
Right. So their self-replicating vaccines are just viruses that haven't been neutered.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, my first thought of this is that if that technology starts to get implemented, you should buy some stock in.
Now I get the
companies
whole
that produce water picks.
The topic. Yeah, it's a clever topic name. I like it.
I mean, it makes sense. Like so many people. Well, I think it'll actually cut both ways. I think the floss stock will soar as well.
That's fair. You should just hedge your bet. Just buy both.
Yeah,
because
you should buy stocks in both. Yeah.
People say they floss, but do they really? And so I wonder how many people would actually buy a water pick. But
you got to get out of the store and figure out if you want the MMR floss or the flu floss or
flu floss. It sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
Flu floss.
Oh my god,
that's so funny.
Cindy Lou flu floss. Okay,
and this is what I've always wondered with injecting mRNA vaccines into fruit and vegetables is what if your diet for that week is nothing but Brussels sprouts and all the Brussels sprouts have been injected with mRNA? Like, how much vaccine are you ingesting compared to a person who eats?
This is my argument Well, this is one of 38 and a half arguments I have for why fluoridating the fucking water is fucking retarded.
Exactly where my mind went too. Is
Yeah,
that
because
I was gonna say the same thing.
Some people drink different amounts. You got different climates, and cities say like, oh, in the summer we reduce the numbers. And it's like there's no way to measure. You're medicating the fucking population, and there's no way to actually measure it. Some people fucking cook with it. Some people don't. Like Jesus Christ,
it makes no sense. Like, it just makes no friggin' sense, and it drives me insane.
No, I can't believe, honestly. I mean, I do believe because here we are and we live in this fucked up world. But like, it's insane that like it's a thing, that it's a real thing. That there's just like the government's like, yeah, we know we put this fucking known neurotoxin in the water. Like this is what we do. It's fine.
Yeah, but people are still defending it left and right, man.
I don't get it.
Like so many people are still defending it, and it's insane.
I don't understand it. Just go subsidize a fucking fluoridated tab at CVS and just like put all that, just make it free. I don't give a shit. Just like if anyone wants to buy it, fucking let them have it. Whatever. I don't care.
Yep.
It just drives me crazy.
Grumpy, how many of us do you want on your show?
I've been on your show, Grumpy.
Yeah, and Nick was already there. So how many of us, and do you want us all there at the same time, or do you want us there individually?
That'd be a party.
I think I'm going. I thought he wants us to come. Maybe a episode Ocho is what the talk was of coming back. I don't know.
Do
so maybe
do we take turns peeing, or like how does the golden shower system work with that?
I'm interested too.
We all receive.
Who does clean up?
Yeah, is it on a tarp so we just take it outside? Like, what is the system here? I'm curious.
Yeah. So the idea that they're now going to take something that is already healthy for you and potentially inject things into it that you don't consent to, just like you don't consent to your apple having mRNA vaccine in it. That whole, I don't understand people's mindset. It is definitely they think they're smarter than everybody type mindset. They think they know what's best for everybody on Earth. And so therefore you must do what we say because we're the smart people that research all this stuff.
This is the trust me bro of science. Like,
that just boggles my mind that this could potentially happen. It boggles my, like, if I actually sit down and think about how much our fruit and vegetables have been tainted over the years, like that,
and meat,
that is astounding too.
Yeah.
Wheat, oh my gosh, dude, yeah, that's wild. And people are defending it. Yeah.
Just keep things separate. I don't understand this. I don't get it.
This is why I'm starting my own community in Montana where we're going to grow our own food.
What grows in Montana?
Anything. If you make a proper greenhouse.
That's fair, yeah. It's hard to grow wheat in a greenhouse, but
we're going to make some things work. Wheat is actually something that will grow up here.
Oh, okay, cool. I kill everything I plant. I know nothing. I'm decent.
Okay, you're not allowed in the greenhouse.
Yeah, I'm terrible with plants. So
okay, I'll grow your food if you run my fantasy team.
I'll run your team and I'll cook the food I'm great at food once it's off the vine. I'm really good with cooking, but like I grow it. I kill it.
You are very good with cooking. If anybody's ever in the Chattanooga area and they want to hit up Alden,
just
highly recommend.
I'm
he makes some good food.
Like a cooking party this weekend because I'm gonna send my buddy with a couple of meals in one of those like tin trays because they're renovating their kitchen and they don't have a kitchen for like 2 to 3 weeks or whatever. So
jeez,
yeah, it's a long time.
We don't have a kitchen for weeks.
Ooh, but you're a little farther. It's harder to send you home with some grub.
Plus, we can also just build a fire.
That's true.
Yeah, cook outside. That's true. Yeah,
that's true. I can do that.
Kill a grass.
Sorry. So, you got any final thoughts?
Air over there?
That's hilarious. Any final thoughts, Alden, Nick, on what's happening with vaccines and Floss?
I hate this show. It makes me scared to be alive. That's my final thoughts on that.
Nick?
No, I think I'm good.
You think you're good? You're not good, but we'll move on anyway. right, everybody. Welcome to Libations Trivia. It is mano y mano with the audience in the background. Doing their
Audience
thing.
is probably going to win. We know this already.
That's fine. Yeah.
So, tonight's topic are
Texas, and
in history, Texas history, and Orwellian. We'll get to the Orwellian thing a little bit later. Let's see.
Yeah,
the rules are don't lose to the audience. 3 rounds, 8 questions, 1 point each, 6 questions, 2 points each, 4 questions, 3 points each. Every contestant answers questions with a whiteboard or piece of paper. Each member of the audience can answer 1 time, which has been changed to the first audience member to answers for the entire audience unless it is a clear joke.
Yeah.
If you blurt out an answer, you lose 1 point. The winner is no longer a loser. Round 1, this day in history. Question 1. On this day in 1959, what state joins the USA? Five seconds. All right. Nick, what do you got?
Says Alaska.
All right. Alden?
Hawaii.
Shockingly, the audience didn't answer. I'm going to give them 3 more seconds to answer.
That's fine, yeah.
There's a lot of people watching right now. All right. Audience says Hawaii as well. The answer is Hawaii. All right. Alden. I'm just going to put 0 there so Nick knows he has 0 points.
You should put 0 for you too, just so you know that you're not.
Oh, yeah. I really should.
That would be a typical score for Jake, though.
Oh, gosh.
You
Question
won last
number
week,
2.
right?
I did win last week. First time ever. Question number 2. On this day in 1793, Philadelphia is hit with what epidemic? Five seconds. All right. Nick, or no, Alden, since you're winning.
Tuberculosis.
All right. Nick.
Tuberculosis.
All right. We're going to wait another 3 seconds.
Tuberculosis
for
is
the
spelled
audience.
TB because I didn't want to face that I know not how to spell that at all. So
I couldn't spell that either. All right. The audience doesn't seem to be answering. If they answer within the next 5 seconds, I'm going to count it. The answer is yellow fever, which I would have guessed tuberculosis as well. So
I mean, yellow fever, it felt a little further north for the yellow fever or whatever, but
I kind of agree with you there. All right. I think that's why it was so notable.
Oh, that makes sense because
Yeah.
if it hits like Galveston, then like who you're like, yeah, it's a fucking it's
exactly.
June and whatever. It's yellow fever season here, whatever. It's
Exactly.
fine.
Question number 3. On this day in 1831, believing himself to be chosen by God to lead his people out of slavery, who organized the first insurrection of slaves in the United States? Three seconds. 2, 1. Alden, what do you got?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Nick, what do you got?
John Brown.
That's-
The audience
Can't
says
say
Jackie
Brown for this,
Chan.
that's racist.
The audience- The answer is Nat Turner. No one knew.
That was my second guess.
Thank you, buddy.
I figured that John Brown was later, but
Got it right here. All right, y'all. Question number 4. On this day in 1859, a series of debates.
Did you say 9?
1858, a series of debates kicks off between what 2 individuals?
It's not gonna like help me. Like that 1 year distinction is not gonna be like, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, now I know.
No, it was stupid that I said that. You get half a point per individual named. 3 seconds. Alden, what do you got?
Abraham Lincoln and Mary Todd Lincoln.
Nick, what do you got?
I said Lincoln and Calhoun.
All right, you both get half a point. It is Abraham Lincoln versus Stephen Douglas.
That's okay.
But we all know he was arguing with Mary Todd more.
Obviously, but they weren't recorded debates with an audience.
Right.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was more behind the scenes stuff. And there was a lot more violence involved, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
A lot of choking with hats, I think, or whatever he was into.
Let's see. Question number 5. On this day in 1879, Oldsmobile was founded in Lansing, Michigan. What was the original name of the company?
Is it Youngsmobile?
Oh, that is pretty stinking good dad joke right there. I think I'm going to try to come up with some type of graphic and sound that pops up on screen anytime somebody makes a joke like that.
Joke. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Alden, what do you got?
Plymouth?
Plymouth. Nick, what do you got?
I said the Newsmobile.
Newsmobile.
Yeah.
Oldsmobile.
Alden took a little bit out of it by making.
I was gonna say, sorry,
I was going for.
I took half of the air out of that joke, I guess. But...
The answer is Olds Motor Vehicle Company.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful. I'm glad that this is like they needed to go down to the
Humphrey says Laramie.
Laramie.
It's not Laramie. Question number 6. On this day in 1980, an organization was founded with a noble goal, but has since become an insufferable stain on U.S. society at large. What organization is it?
Is this a government organization or like a non-government?
Not. It is not a government organization. Well, not that I know of. No, it is not a government organization. If it is, then I have a lot of questions. Three, 2, 1. Alden, what do you got?
I mean, I have no idea. I said FEMA because I just can't come up with anything else, but I feel like that's government. But
Nick?
APEC.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a really good one. It is incorrect. The audience got it correct. It is PETA.
Oh. Oh, man. That's funny, actually. Insufferable stain. That makes so much more sense now that I know the answer. Oh, my God.
You're welcome.
Oh, man.
Question number 7. Oh, Zach said FIFA.
That's also funny.
Question number 7. Hang on. There we go. On this day in 1991, an attempted coup of what Soviet leader ultimately falls apart? And it fell apart before it happened.
'91.
5 seconds. All right. Alden, what do you got?
It's Putin's dad.
Okay, Nick.
I guess Gorbachev.
The audience says I can't remember his name.
He had the blood spot.
The audience also says Gorbachev, and it is Gorbachev.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I heard Gorbachev, I was like, that's more likely it than Putin's dad, but
He does have the thing on his head, so.
Okay, who here listens to Part of the Problem ever?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Have y'all noticed that Robbie the Fire says Putin with a D? So he says Putin all the time.
Now I'm always gonna hear it.
Now
he just
I'll
says,
never not hear it.
Yeah, he's just like Putin's meeting with Trump. Putin did this. Putin did that. And I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous.
My God.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's like pudding.
I just heard from the other one, Putin. Question number 8. Final question of round 1. On this day in 2004, who won their 8th medal of the Olympics in Athens? 8th gold medal, mind you. Grumpy asks, anyone notice that Dave sounds like a Valley girl?
I
gotta-
can see that a little, actually.
I got to listen to that next episode. I listen to.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to pull up a clip, but like, I'm hearing it in my mind, and I'm like, it's like not a thing. That's funny.
All right. Nick, what do you got?
It says Michael Phelps.
Alden, what do you got?
I went with the last name rule and just wrote Phelps.
Phelps.
In case there's another Phelps that was winning medal.
Grumpy says Lance Armstrong, which I think is a joke. Zach says Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
It is correct.
There's only a limited number of people with 8 gold medals.
Yep. But like people like Zane were only 2 years old when that Olympics happened. So, not everybody was alive during it.
I remember.
All right. He doesn't understand 9/11.
After one round, the audience is up. They've got 4. Alden and Nick are tied with 2.5 points. Time to get some points back, y'all. Here's Texas history.
Yeah. Is that a lot of yellow fever? I don't know.
Question number 1. Which Indian tribe, known for their horsemanship and buffalo hunting, dominated much of the Texas plains during the 1700s and 1800s? Go lay down, Echo. You'll go outside in a little bit. Go lay down. 3 seconds. All right. Nick, what do you got?
I said the Comanche.
All right. Alden, what do you got?
That's a good guess. I said Blackfoot.
Blackfoot was in Montana.
It's too north, damn it.
Audience also said Comanche.
Yeah.
The answer is Comanche.
Yeah. Damn it. When I heard Comanche, I was like, that sounds better.
Comanche were incredible and brutal.
Blackfoot was closer to like where the Sioux were, like further north, which...
Dude, the Blackfeet Reservation is literally like 30 miles from my house.
They got a casino over there?
Yes, they do.
Naturally.
Everything in Montana has a casino. And by casino, I mean dumb digital slot machines that you can't actually win anything at.
We went to one in Washington to see like a comedy show, like in the, the theater there or whatever. And I was blown away by how it looked like a bunch of kids on an iPad in there.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
It was honestly, it was kind of sad.
I went to that one in Oklahoma. That giant one.
Windstar or Choctaw?
Windstar. That place.
I love that Alden had problems for once, and it's not me.
I had what problems?
There we go. I think Alden's back.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Oh.
Alden, you were completely gone for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll say that Windstar is wild.
Windstar is insane. I went the opening year of Windstar, and for the few years following, because Windstar was tiny. It was just this one room, or this one like big room, when I went, and now it's enormous, and they have like major concerts there and stuff.
I was there for like a couple hours, and like most of it was like me walking from one end to the other to see what was there and back.
Wow.
Like that place is absolutely enormous.
That's crazy. All right. Question number 2. In the 1500s, who was the first European to explore and map parts of the Texas coast, surviving a shipwreck and living among the Indians? He's a famous explorer. Famous explorer. I believe Spanish or Portuguese. Let me see what he was. Spanish. He was a Spanish explorer. 3 seconds.
I don't know about this story.
Nick, what do you got?
Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon. Alden, what do you got?
That makes more sense. I had said Magellan, but I have no idea, and that doesn't even
Grumpy says Cortez. No one got it correct.
Oh, really?
It is Alvar Nunez Cabeza de Vaca.
That's because that's too many names to remember.
Well,
That's way too many names.
we only know him by Cabeza de Vaca.
Cabeza,
like head.
like
yeah.
beef head, like the taco, like delicious. Okay.
Yep. Question number 3. Which Spanish mission established in 1718 became the site of a famous 1836 battle during the Texas Revolution? Three seconds. Nick, what do you got?
We always got to remember the Alamo.
Alamo.
All right. I'm glad everybody, including the audience, got it correct. Bro,
I figured that was going to be an answer in there somewhere.
Even people not in Texas schools learned about this one. So.
Good. I have a relative who died in the Alamo. William Barrett Travis.
That's interesting.
Yeah. All right. Question number 4. John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas in 1963. What plaza was he being driven through? Ooh, Grumpy makes a great point. It's not Alamo, it's the Alamo.
Honestly, it's totally fair. That's like the Ohio University. Like when people.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
Screw that university.
You also you forgot the word state in there. If you were in the
what the fuck ever, I was picking
Ohio,
just random words. It's not a specific school. You guys are crazy.
Nick, what's your answer?
Dealey Plaza.
I didn't know how many L's were in it, but I also said Dealey.
Dealey Plaza. The question is, should I give it to the audience? Because they said Daily Plaza.
Well, that's.
And I don't think I'm going to give that to the audience, considering they have the advantage. They have to get it exactly correct.
That's close. I would say honor system, ask Zach if it was like an autocorrect or some kind of thing. But then daily is not a word spelled like that, so.
Yeah, nah.
Jake's games, Jake's rules.
Dealey Plaza is the correct answer.
Oh, it's L.
Question number 5. What city was the capital of the Republic of Texas? Oh, Zach says that was voice to text fault.
I figured something, yeah.
All right, I'll give it to the audience.
I think you should, yeah. He clearly knows. We're going to lose to him anyway, it's fine.
What city was the capital of the Republic of Texas? Three, 2, 1. Nick.
Houston.
Alden.
I said Austin.
The audience says Houston as well, and it was Houston.
I should have figured it was. That's more east, right? Like.
Well, it is currently Austin.
Oh, okay. That's where I was.
Austin is the current capital. But when it was the Republic of Texas, it was Houston, named after Sam Houston.
Named after Whitney Houston, obviously.
The final question of round 2. Six Flags is an amusement park that began in Texas. It's named after the 6 nation flags that have flown over the state. What are they? You get a bonus point for every nation that you name after 2.
A nation flag, specifically?
A nation's flag.
I'm
going to give you all some extra time here, so enjoy it.
The question is, did Texas ever consider themselves a nation?
So there's a possibility for 6 total points on this answer.
How many answers can we write?
You can only write 6. If you write more than 6, I'm not going to count anything past the 6th one.
Fair. Damn.
Okay, y'all get 15 more seconds, and then we're calling it. 3, 2, 1. All right, Nick, what do you got?
All right. I said the U.S., Spain, Mexico, Republic of Texas, and the Confederate States.
All right, so you got 5. So you got 3 extra
Damn.
points because all 5 of those are correct.
I couldn't
I
have been
was
sixth.
close. I said, or similar. I said Spain, Mexico, USA, France, Texas, Britain. I didn't know about. I don't know. I don't know what to call Texas. Whatever they consider themselves as a nation.
So your final one was Britain, so I'm not even counting that one because it's the 7th one.
Is that 7? No, it's 6. I said Spain, Mexico, USA,
Mexico,
France, Texas,
USA,
Britain.
France, Texas, Britain. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So you said 5 as well that are correct. The audience says Spain, Mexico, Texas, U.S., France, and Spain, Mexico, U.S., Texas, CSA. It is Spain, France, Mexico, Republic of Texas, United States, and Confederate States.
Okay, yeah, the Confederate
Jeez,
States. That should have got. Yeah.
You guys had the fucking Frenchies in it? Yeah, fucking pussies.
That was during the Napoleon era. I think I'll be okay with that.
Napoleon Dynamite era.
Wow. Everybody got 5 points out of that. That's impressive.
Crazy.
I was hoping to pull ahead on that, but that
And it was 5 points different ways. That's funny.
Yeah, everybody. No one had the exact same answer. That's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Round 3. This is the most intriguing one that I've done to date, I think.
Okay.
These are movies that are based on Orwell books or have massive Orwellian themes, and they are described in a cryptic way. So decipher the plot via the cryptic message. Some of them will be less cryptic than others. I tried hard, so figure it out.
The goal to answer is the plot?
The goal to answer is what movie is it?
Okay, okay.
Let's see what ChatGPT came up with.
ChatGPT had nothing to do with this. Thank you. In a veiled realm of unblinking eyes, a shadowed trickster sows fiery whispers to shatter chains. In a veiled realm of unblinking eyes, a shadowed trickster sows fiery whispers to shatter chains.
Can I get a year of the movie or something?
You know, I thought about doing the year for the movies. I did think
with
about
something
that.
so cryptic, I feel like I'm having a hard time pinning this down.
I'm okay with that. Since you asked, I was thinking about doing it anyway. The year of the movie
the country of origin.
The year of the movie was 2005.
Okay.
Freaking audience. Grumpy. I'm just going to show it. He said Lethal Weapon.
I don't know either, so I'm also going for a joke answer, and I'm curious if it'll be
all right.
as good as
3,
that. That's great.
2, 1. Nick, what do you got?
I got ass.
Alden, what do you got?
Classic. Transformers.
Transformers. There we go. Grumpy says Lethal Weapon. The answer is, well, if I'm clicked on the screen, V for Vendetta.
Oh, damn it.
I
didn't from the particular clues. This is the problem of cryptic, is that I'm like, dang it, I didn't connect that. But I love that movie.
That's
like,
fair. Yeah, in a veiled
I
realm
initially
of
was
unblinking
thinking
eyes.
The
shadow
mask
trickster sows fiery whispers to shatter chains.
My mind went to Eyes Wide Shut until you said 2005.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's fair.
Is that all the masks, like the unblinking eyes? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense in hindsight, yeah.
All right. Question number 2, and I will tell you the year it came out as well.
Okay.
In a mirrored maze where truth bends, a chosen wanderer escapes from an unseen cage to defy the architects of illusion. Let me look up I'm pretty sure I know the year.
1999.
1999.
I think I know what this is then.
It's 1999.
Bam.
Zach just said, "What the fox?"
What the guy Fox is going on here? That's hilarious.
In a mirrored maze where truth bends, a chosen wanderer escapes from an unseen cage to defy the architects.
I didn't
of
even need
illusion.
to look up the year.
All right,
If it's not my
Nick.
answer, I'll be very upset, actually.
Nick, what do you got?
Eyes wide shut.
Alden, what do you got?
Oh, I said The Matrix. Now I'm confused.
The audience says The Matrix. It is The Matrix.
Fuck.
Goddamn right.
Yeah,
Although
Tight game,
Eyes Wide
though.
Shut is awesome, but
not really. I think the audience has it in the bag at this point, unless they get wrong and I get 2 right, or Alden gets 2
Alden
right.
can get 2 right as well. All right. Question number. Also, Grumpy said Thunderdome for that last one.
Mad Max 2 is that the Thunderdome? 1999.
All right. Question number 3. In a sterile world where hearts are silenced, a cloaked enforcer awakens to spark defiance against a numbing grip. In a sterile world where hearts are silenced, a cloaked enforcer awakens to spark defiance against a numbing grip. Let me find out when it was made. 2002. If y'all could listen to my audio, somebody in the other room just said what the answer is.
I did not hear that.
I did not hear it.
He got it right.
Does he count as the audience?
He does not.
Okay.
He's not watching the show, so screw him. All right, 5 seconds. In a sterile world where hearts are silenced, a cloaked enforcer awakens to spark defiance against a numbing grip. All right. Nick, what do you got?
Star Wars.
All right. Alden?
I mean, I have no idea on this one.
The audience doesn't have any idea either. The answer is Equilibrium.
Never seen it.
Equilibrium.
You've never seen Equilibrium?
Who's in
Never
there?
seen it.
Christian Bale and Sean Bean?
I
Did
don't
Sean
think I've
Bean
seen
die
it.
in it?
Probably.
He always dies.
Yes, he does. Of course.
Oh
he
my
does.
god, no way, really?
Yeah,
This
he
is
does.
such a movie trope, Sean Bean dying. Damn it. Yeah, I had no idea. I don't think I've seen that.
Who are some other folks in that movie?
It's hard when it's a cryptic clue and you've not seen it. That's really hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's completely fair. I thought
No,
I really
was-
thought everybody had seen
I was
Equilibrium.
really racking my brain. I'm like, what could that be? I was honestly just going to be like Pirates of the Caribbean because I'm like, I don't know.
There aren't too many other big names in that. Taye Diggs is in it, but he's a smaller character. Yeah. So there you go. Equilibrium. No one got it.
Well, now I'm interested.
Final question. In a glittering cage where spectacle masks cruelty, a flame-haired archer kindles rebellion against a jeweled fist. In a glittering cage where spectacle masks cruelty, a flame-haired archer kindles rebellion against a jeweled fist. And it was made in 2012. Five seconds.
I can't think of the goddamn name of this. Oh, I think I got it. Okay.
Nick.
Going with Hunger Games.
That's what I said too, yeah.
Alden said Hunger Games. The audience also says Hunger Games, and the answer is
Thirsty
Hunger
Games.
Games.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. After all 3 rounds of trivia, it actually was a very good game. Alden comes in third with 17.5. Nick has 18.5, and the audience has 23. Bravo. That was a good one, y'all. That was a very good one.
Yeah, it
Enjoy.
came down to the
I
end.
feel like I got fisted by a jeweled fist.
enjoy the beautiful porcupines.
The mutant one, man. It was rough.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, people don't like that mutant one.
Oh, it's scary, man. I'm gonna grab another beer. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for playing trivia. We do that every week. It's generally between 20 and 30 minutes long. And here, I have an idea. I know the audience won't like this. Nick, tell me what you think about this. Since the audience wins most of the time, what if the audience doesn't answer or gets it wrong, they get negative value for that question?
That would tilt things significantly. The other way to do it would go back through the games and figure out how much they win by when they win and handicap it.
We already got her rigged in the comments.
Wait, who won though?
Audience won.
But wasn't Zach in the audience?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. We're coming up with a way to make it more even, so the audience doesn't win every time.
Oh, now I get it. Yeah.
So either handicap them or maybe something like that. Of course, obviously, like not counting like joke answers against them. But if there was
it makes it less fun if we count joke answers.
You're gonna hit them in the knees before they play.
Like we want them to come up with joke answers too, but like we do now, where we disregard the joke answers.
Yeah, because I don't want to get rid of that because that's hilarious.
Zach makes the best point, which is Gnome is already mentally handicapped.
Right, but then there's if there's like if Hannah hops in the audience, then we lose always. So
yeah,
but she hasn't been around for a while, as far as
she hasn't. No, I've been told that her kid's bedtime is now exactly during libations because she has 2 kids now. So it's she has not been able to attend libations in a while, which is sad. But I guess she's raising good children. You know, she's watching this show.
Yeah, but
so
that's like not as important.
No, it's not. But it's a good secondary prize. You know, silver.
It's a noble excuse, I guess. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Our final topic of the evening. Nova Scotia to do own study of 3 areas with uranium deposits. It says without drilling or digging, which I don't really care about. But the things that have been happening, if you've been paying attention to this show, is they've banned people from taking a walk in the woods in Nova Scotia. And now it seems that steep fines. They start at $25,000.
And now they're up to, didn't they say they went up to 150 or some crazy number?
It was 158 for a whole family who was walking through the woods.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
kids are fined, and so clearly the kids are going to pay it, right? So it's So I'm going to count that as one fee.
That's fair. But this is interesting that they think they've found uranium deposits in very similar areas to where these hiking, this hiking was banned.
Well, how'd they find it if they can't walk through the woods?
That is such a good question. I wonder if they just racked up a bunch of fines on spec that they would find uranium deposits.
They're breaking their own rules.
Nova Scotia will move ahead with its own geological study of 3 areas with known uranium deposits, despite an apparent lack of interest from the mining industry in exploring those lands. That's interesting. Spokesperson for the Department of Natural Resources told CBC News the province won't grant any mineral exploration license for the areas, which were part of a recent request for proposal. Research won't be intrusive and it won't involve any digging or drilling.
Neither
you're not going to grant,
and that's not allowed.
Yeah, that's fair. They're saying they're not going to grant any mineral exploration licenses, but they're not saying they're not going to grant mineral rights to people in that area.
Right.
It's just interesting that this is coming in very similar places to what has been happening with these climate lockdowns.
Yep.
Up there.
Are we surprised? I mean,
we're not surprised. We just couldn't figure out the angle because, I mean, when we first talked about this, none of us thought that the climate lockdown thing would actually work on anybody anymore. And so this actually brings it into making sense again, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just something interesting
to fucking get this on. It's like, it's hardly even a coincidence anymore. Like,
yeah. So just an interesting update to what's happening down in Nova Scotia. A whole family, like we said, was fined $158,000. Single people have been fined north of $25,000 because there's taxes to be paid on a fine
and
apparently.
victim fees.
Yeah.
Again, well, these are Canadian dollars also, so it is a little less.
Right. They had a currency split recently.
So just another update. We're going to keep an eye on this because this is very interesting to me. Banning people from walking in the woods seems batshit crazy.
Maybe we need to do a libations road trip up to Nova Scotia and
I would
see
love
what's
that.
going on ourselves.
If we
what
could
do you
get
do if you have like natives, like tribal, like a reservation in the area, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then if you're like, oh, well, they're excused, and it's like, yeah, but so then people can live on a land and not fucking cause fires. Like, this just doesn't make sense. And this is too reminiscent of like when it's like you've got fires or hurricanes or whatever in an area, and it's like, oh, we're gonna put in a fucking public transport or a fucking 15-minute city, or it's a lithium mine now, or like the things that come out are like concurrent with these events. They're not 10 years later. They're like immediate. These fucking things that parallel these areas. Anyway, drives me crazy.
It drives me crazy, man. Totally get it. And yeah, if this show started to make real money and we could afford to fly the entire crew up there, I would do an entire podcast from the middle of lockdown Nova Scotia.
Pay my $25,000 fine for me to hike in Nova Scotia? Because I'll go.
I think what would happen is we would hike in Nova Scotia, get fined $25,000 and probably more for setting up a podcast, and then leave and never go back to Canada.
And flicking cigarette butts in the woods the whole time that we're up there.
Yeah, we would just have to not leave. We just have to never go back to Canada again, which
that'd be fine.
I've been there enough. I
think we would definitely make it a libations episode where we had a live fire in between us. We do it around a fire pit.
Yeah.
A fireside
on a
chat.
windy day. Yeah. In a tall grass field.
When there's been no rain for several weeks.
There we go. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was just an update. Do we have any more? Any of y'all know of anything else that's happening in Nova Scotia right now with these lockdowns, or is this the biggest update we have for them? All right. Well, speaking of libations episodes, y'all, 3 weeks from today, we're having our big 9/11 episode.
I gotta start brushing up on my notes, man.
It will begin 1 hour earlier than usual, so 7 p.m. Eastern, and it will go until Alden and I can drink and talk no more.
Oh, don't say that. We'll be here till dawn, man.
That's kind of the idea. I think the longest stream you can have on YouTube is 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to go for the record.
Let's do it, dude. I'm just going to have a mini bar in my office. I'll be ready.
So, am I driving out to Shanksville then?
No. Do it from your house. Get comfortable.
That would be just sketchy.
Internet-wise, that would be rough. Yeah. So do it from where you're comfortable.
If I got a Starlink and went out there, I mean, I'd be trespassing because it'd be closed at that time. But
we're gonna have some. We are gonna have some special guests on the show. I'm gonna start announcing them next week, and in the weeks leading up to it. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have special guests on the 9/11 show that come in for 30 minutes to an hour.
Can I get a precursor on their alignment with the theory?
No, actually, I don't. No,
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
absolutely.
Am I
not,
going to
no.
have any help is what I'm asking. Am I going to have anyone on my
Some guests will give you substantial help.
Okay, so it's a mix of sides. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine.
Some guests will poo-poo everything that comes out of your mouth.
I'm used to that. That's fine.
Your biggest resistance is Zane, who's already sent his notes to us on.
I flipped
basically
through those.
Prove to me that this story doesn't exist as is, and
right.
He just did a whole Occam's razor thing. He didn't really have
Yeah, the Occam's razor thing frustrates me because, of course, I've heard that many times, and where I sit, it's irritating because I would claim Occam's razor from fucking my position, which is
okay. Well, we're not gonna talk about the actual 9/11 stuff right now. But if you want to get involved in the debate on our Discord, head on over to peacefulsea.network and join the Dollar Media Club, because these are the things that we talk about in the Discord. Yeah. And Zane did post his entire thoughts on 9/11, and
he had like a PowerPoint that he dropped in there.
Yep. So you can go check that out, but make sure you tune into the 9/11 episode. We're going to try to put together a trailer for it, as well as some specialty graphics for it and everything. So stay tuned for that. And go check out our other shows on the network. We've got Cascade Effect. Right now we're doing a drive for our legal costs with Cascade Effect. We're trying to raise $30,000 for the insane amount of fees and lawyer fees that we need in order to keep pursuing the right to grand jury in Montana and across the United States. And so we're on our way to the United States District Court for the District of Montana. And if we get denied there, we will be on our way to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And then the only thing left after that is the Supreme Court. And all of this is going to cost a fortune. We're, I don't know, a couple grand into raising 30 grand. So right now we're doing okay. Every dollar that's donated will go to that cause. It's actually a pretty important cause, not just for it's pretty important cause, not just for the show and for the network. It's for your constitutionally protected rights.
That's how I saw it. Yeah.
If you live in the United States, your right to a grand jury to keep people in authority accountable to their actions is protected under the Constitution, but is heavily abused and corrupted by judges in each state. So we are on a mission to change that, and so far we're actually doing a pretty good job. We're getting a lot of people involved, which is pretty.
Make the 9/11 episode like a telethon for it.
Just
that the whole
every few
time
minutes.
and get like a little ticker
like
at the bottom with donations coming in, and
that's pretty good.
Encourage the wallets to open up.
We can
every time you tell us that it was George Bush who did 9/11, $5 will go to our fund.
Except George Bush was a puppet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that doesn't matter. Truth doesn't matter in a telethon.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Truth doesn't matter at all, apparently.
No, truth
never has.
Except for in
truth
taglines.
Matters. It's just not always respected. All right, y'all. Anybody got anything else to say about 9/11 episode or anything upcoming?
I will say the one little thing I'll give Zane. Yep. He said two things that I liked in his. I scanned through his. There was a lot of things that I was like, all right, I'm used to seeing this, whatever. But he said in the opening slide, he was like, I'm not convinced yet, and I was like, all right, we're leaving room. I do appreciate that because yet is an important word. I like that, and also he went out of his way to say. When he had the second slide and he was like, here's what I'm not saying. And he said, he's like, I'm not calling you an idiot. And I was like, I appreciate that. And he also said, there was two others in there, but the one that really I resonated with was, he's like, I'm not saying that you're, disgracing or dishonoring the victims. And I do appreciate that because I get that angle sometimes. And it's very frustrating because it's like I'm looking for justice for the victim, pointing the finger at the right people. That's not my angle at all. Is to
you want them to be able to sue Saudi Arabia and get some actual compensation.
I think there's multiple entities involved. we'll just leave it at that for now. But I do appreciate.
Well, I appreciate that.
If he's listening to this in the future, then I appreciate.
He will be. Any episode he's not on, he does listen to, so he'll appreciate that.
I wanted to because I wanted to pair that with my frustration from before, and I didn't want him to just get that I'm venting. I was also planning on saying a positive with that. So
that's fair.
This is more for just future Zane to hear. Like, yeah.
Future Zane. Got it. Well, yeah, everybody go on over to peacefulsea.network. Check out our website. Check out our other shows. Philosophical Fall Guy is going strong right now. We've got a new episode of Free Georgia Podcast coming out on Monday with me and Kat Hartley debating some topics together. And then we've got some more Free Georgia Podcast episodes coming out in the very near future, as well as Wrexham Texan coming back and Wrexham Texan. And then hopefully some Banished Big Brother episodes coming soon, as well as the Junto podcast releases episodes regularly. So go check that out from former Green Beret Edgar Mills over at Osprey Shooting Solutions. So, all right, y'all. Let's go watch some funnies and get the heck out of here for the evening. It'll be a slightly shorter episode, which is fine because I'm on a trip with my friends and I need to go hang out with them. So,
nice. Yeah.
There we go.
Tell Jay I said hey.
I will. All right. This is the Prime Minister of dadgummit. Italy. Good Lord. It says it right there. The Italian Prime Minister looking flirtingly at Trump.
The song.
Prime Minister Maloney of Italy, who's really
it's working.
And an inspiration over there. She's for a long period of time relative to others. They don't last very long. You last you're gonna be there a long time.
Dude, she loves it, man.
She looks a little like Julianne Moore.
Dude, I mean, come on.
She's into it.
She's in love with Trump.
Let's
see.
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. The next one is not a video. I mean, it has a video, but it's not as funny. But it is kind of funny. District cancels classes on 5th day of school after buses had catalytic converters stolen.
It was the kids.
It was definitely the kids. That's so stinking funny, dude.
That is funny.
You can just steal catalytic converters off of buses, huh?
Wouldn't
you
the
can just do things.
Wouldn't the buses still run though?
Yeah, the catalytic converter is completely useless.
So you can
the catalytic converter itself is just to deal with emission shit.
It just superheats the exhaust so it burns off more things. Like
it does.
But it also makes it super loud if you detach them. My dad had his.
Well, yeah, because now it's bypassing
the muffler.
So if you reconnected the muffler, so now it's essentially a giant
bus. Yeah, now you have that giant bus.
Oh, so it would be real. That's fair.
It would be real loud.
That's fair. Be like a hot rod ride to school. That's true. Yeah.
All right. Here's some. What are these guys? Baby hawks getting surprised by a butterfly.
The bus that you showed, though, that looked like it had more problems than just a catalytic converter.
I think that bus did. So a Texas school bus with 40 students aboard rolled over on the first day of class.
Right.
That's less funny.
Right.
That's less funny. Yeah.
No, it's more funny. It's right. No, I saw that image and I was like, what does this have to do with cats? Someone like took a cat off of a
Dude, that's what news sites do all the time now. They put in a headline and then they have a completely separate video.
Almost like when they have a picture of something going on in Ukraine and it's a building in Ohio getting demoed or something or whatever. And you're like, okay, all right,
Yep. All right.
Sorry.
Next one is baby hawks being scared by a butterfly.
What a great reaction. That's awesome.
Dude, that's so good.
When you've never seen one before.
Seriously. And all of a sudden one appears very close.
My cat saw one on the porch today and was going ape shit over it.
Nice. POV, you've never understood your husband's obsession with bouncy round things until you started making sourdough bread.
Oh. She gets it now.
She gets it.
Yeah.
She gets it. All right.
We don't make the rules. We just play by them.
This one says, my girlfriend has been on this planet for over 20 years. This is a text conversation between this guy and his girlfriend. What do you want from Panera? She says, chicken Caesar salad. And he says, what? And she said, what I always get. He says, chicken Caesar salad. And she says, is that what it is?
No. Oh my God. No. No. Get out of here.
She thought it was chicken Caesar salad.
That's terrible. That's worse than like I thought it was taken for granted as opposed to granted or something where I could kind of see, but like that one, that's insane. Oh my God.
Good night, Grumpy.
Night, Grumpy. This is the world we live in now.
Yeah. All right. Final one. I always love these. So enjoy. Mom guessing NFL logos.
Something Shazam.
Something Shazam.
Looks like a construction worker with horns.
What?
Texas horseshoe.
Texas horseshoe.
Chief Indians.
Closest, maybe. Is she gonna get it?
There's no logo on it. It's just a helmet with orange on it. There's nothing on there, not even a letter. There's an 8. There's 2 8s. There's another 8. 89ers.
I thought the whole joke was gonna be that there's no logo, but she actually gets it, that it's like the Browns because the color, but it's almost orange, so not really. But yeah, that was funny though. That's the issue. There was a news anchor one time that was like talking about like trying to, riff with the sports guy or whatever, and said something about the 69ers instead of the 49ers.
Yeah, I remember
Such
that.
That was a good one. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Liberty Libations number 139. Come back next week for more at 8 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully we'll have 4 folks on the show next week. Really wish Steven was around for this episode. I think he would have had some interesting things to say about the penny situation.
I was curious because he's good on especially like economics and currency stuff. Like I would have loved to have had his take on that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd had some interesting stuff to say. He also was the one who put the Nova Scotia thing in the chat. I
saw that, yeah.
As well as I think he put the dental floss thing in the chat as well.
That scared me.
This is Steven putting stuff. Most of the show is Steven putting
the Steven show without Steven here. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did what we
All right, y'all. That'll do it for this week. Tune in next week for more Liberty Libations. Peace.